Hello, 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 and welcome to another edition of the Brian Colletto Show, streaming on my LinkedIn and my YouTube from Restream. And if it should ever be repurposed to other platforms, wherever you may listen to podcasts or live shows. So let's get started. Uh, so I'm just going to put this on a wing in terms of talking about autism, as I usually open up the segment on the show. So, yes, Autism Month uh, concluded in April, this past Wednesday, and but the advocacy doesn't end, and I did just put out a video um, using the Beatles' "Here Comes the Sun" um, to relay a message, and I think I put some humor in that video. Um, so yep, post May, I have an autism video out. Although I will say it is hard to find good trending sounds to use these days. Um, it gets difficult because a lot of the stuff is either the same or just stuff that doesn't really resonate with me, as it relates to the spectrum and how I could use that sound to uh, send a message there. Um, but yeah, I mean, I uh, I did put out a couple of videos last week as well. Um, I know I put out the one from the Autism MVP Foundation event that I attended. Um, I'm I'm drawing a blank um, on anything else at the moment. Um, but um, you know, again, the we must keep battling, and especially after what we saw during April. Um, we must keep advocating for the spectrum and for the what people need in terms of services, and not just uh, those with low to moderate support needs, but also those with severe and profound. And I will continue to do what I can to advocate for the spectrum in that sense. So let's move to the next part, and that is the events that I attended over the past week. So, um, yeah. So since the last show, last Tuesday, I attended a couple of events. There was a space, large space in between them, actually. Um, I attended a conference at my uh, local county's college, Middlesex College. They dropped the word county from their official title, so it's now just Middlesex College, not Middlesex County College. So Middlesex College had a conference, and it was largely about food insecurity, but it was also an opportunity for myself, my director, to learn about other resources that we could possibly partner up with and gain some knowledge. And I will say that in addition to things being scary for the autism spectrum, it is also scary for those who are facing food insecurity, um, with what's going on right now in government. We must feed people and help them to have a good functioning brain so that maybe one day they can uh, live the dream of being able to have a good living and give back to others. The other event I attended on Tuesday night was a networking event. It was my first time visiting this particular chamber of commerce. It's a tri county chamber. I had heard about them a number of times, seen about them, but hadn't attended one until this past Tuesday. I like the group, um, and I think there's um, potential for the group to grow. Um, so, you know, there's room for improvement for sure. And I, um, but there's also a lot to like about their group. And then this past Friday, I attended a comedy show. Now, I've attended comedy stuff a few times in the past with my parents. I believe this past Friday was the first time I attended without either of my parents, and, I got some good laughs. I didn't laugh at every single joke, but I laughed at, a few of them. And if you know me and my autism, you know that sometimes I don't get jokes all that well. But, I played along with it, and, um, and I know that, the 3 comics that were featured, they've all had some kind of encounter with a few celebrities, and, it was good to be a part of. So, um, I enjoyed, that and, being with some familiar faces there and meeting a couple of the comics afterwards. And then over the weekend, well, we had a bit of a rude awakening, with weather. Um, the it became very rainy outside, um, but it also became very muggy all of a sudden. It was it was a rude awakening for our area, but as of now of this recording, it's back to normal spring weather, though still raining a lot. Um, but the only event I did was on Sunday. I attended the annual spring fling that takes place every year, in uh, Westfield, um, New Jersey, and it's my fifth time. It was my fifth time attending the event. I enjoyed that event as I always do. Um, I was sheltered from the periods of rain. They had plenty of tents, and I knew a number of familiar faces, so I was able to get some protection, um, a and let the rain pass, and, I had a good time there. So, that is, what I have for, this show, and, a belated happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you, and also happy Cinco de Mayo, and, um, by the way, if you do hear any noises outside, I apologize for that. We sometimes have cats roaming around the neighborhood, and they don't know how to stay quiet sometimes. But I hope to be back for another episode next Monday. And whether you listen to the entire thing or a few seconds or a minute, I appreciate it. Until the next time I come on, I send you all love, light, blessings, and peace. Take care.